UFC 242, Abu Dhabi. So we're going to start with Joanne Calderwood against Andrea KGB Lee. And then we'll get into the co-main and then the main. So we'll start off with Joanne versus Andrea KGB Lee. So who do you got? What are your predictions?
Oh, I watched the weigh-ins today, and even though KGB has the same last name I do, when I saw JJ, she dyed her hair. She looks sexy. She has a sexy voice. I'm still going with Lee. It's tough. It's tough, but I think Andrea's used to being hit by her husband, used to being taking them punches to the face.
By a guy, so.
Oh yeah, wait.
So she could probably take some hits from females.
Exactly. But damn, JoJo looks good.
Yeah, JoJo looks pretty good in flyweight.
Especially when she dyed her hair. She looks good. Hopefully
Is
she
it blonde?
fights as good as she looks. Yeah, it's blonde. It's like a light, like a lighter blonde. Not super light. It's like a middle between bright blonde and brown, but it looks good.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm just used to seeing her with darker hair, so. I saw the weigh-ins, but I didn't really pay attention. I think I was just paying attention to her tattoos, because for some reason
I was a lot more muscle, too.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's just more comfortable at that weight, so she could put on muscle. You know, I think she was.
They both have good records, and they're both coming off a win. I think JoJo's won, 2 in a row? 2 or 3 in a row?
Yeah, Jo, she won several. She lost to Caitlin Chukagian, but it was I would say somewhat close. You know, it was a good fight. KGB, I think she's the one that's on the winning streak, on the 3-5 winning streak.
Yeah, that's because she used to get punched by her husband. Nobody can beat her now.
Right. She does have some pretty good head movement, and
ducking punches from her husband. She has
good practice. She has good practice. So. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, I think KGB will get the win by decision, and who knows? She might even get a sub. But then again, JoJo can sub people as well. But
it could be a good fight. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna pick JoJo, but I forgot that she lost to Caitlin Chukagian, and Caitlin, she has some speed and she has movement, and KGB Lee, she has movement as well, not as fast as Caitlin Chukagian, but she has a little bit of power, so yeah, I probably would go with
JoJo looks like she's been taking them testosterone shots too, because she put on a lot of muscle.
Maybe she's trying to become a man and, trying to even the odds with Lee.
Yeah, she's trying to say, if
she's
her
used
can't
to
knock
it.
out, maybe I'll do a little bit more and try it.
Right, who knows? All right, I guess we're both picking Lee on this one. I was going to go with Joanne, but I forgot she fought Caitlin Chukagian.
Yeah, but it's so close. You never know. And I like both fighters. So whoever wins, I'll be happy for them.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I mean, whoever wins, it's all good.
And whoever wears, girls that wear cowboy hats are always sexy. So.
Yeah, and she is kind of sexy. She has those legs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she knows how to duck a punch.
That's very helpful. That's very helpful. I mean, off and on. Oh, man. Whew, all right. Since we both picked KGB Lee, hopefully that will work out. Who knows? We both might be wrong.
Mm.
All right, so we'll move on to the co-main. Paul Felder against Edson Barboza. Edson got the decision win last time, and this time, what do you got?
When was the last time Paul Felder fight? Because I can't remember his last fight.
Who did he fight? He fought Vic.
Oh, James Vic?
James Vic in February.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it seems like a long time ago, right?
Mm.
But yeah, he won that one.
Vic is a tough dude.
Yeah.
But I think I am going to go with Edson Barboza just because he's Brazilian and he's not doing other things besides fighting. So, I mean, he doesn't put time in the UFC. I mean, not saying he's not putting in time in the UFC, but all his time is going to training and fighting and practicing, where Paul Felder's got little side jobs here and there. And that's the only reason I'm saying that. This is really close.
Yeah, it's close. I was going to go with Edson Barboza as well, just because he's a stand-up guy, and Paul Felder, he's good, but he lost to Mike Perry, even though that was a welterweight. He was a striker. And Edson Barboza is a striker, and he lost to him the first time. So, I'm going with Edson Barboza. But you never know. Paul Felder might have improved.
How often do we agree on the same fights? It's not very often.
Yeah, it's not very often. And 2 in a row.
And you're usually right, not me. Sometimes I get just off looks.
Yeah, true. I mean, sometimes they work though, right?
Yeah,
it's not often. Yeah. Who knows? We might both be wrong. What's that?
Except in Chris Cyborg's case.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this fight too, but like you said, Barboza's a strong striker, and I think it's going to go his way. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm going to say third round knockout or TKO. That's what I'm going to say.
Wow. I mean, yeah, it could happen. I mean, Barboza, he looked super good against Dan Hooker, and Dan Hooker was on a roll. He was taking people out, and then, man, he was outstriking him, just overall better. And at first, when Barboza was getting taken out by people, I thought he had glass chin, but I guess he has a decent chin. I think he was just caught off guard in some of those other fights he lost. But man, Barboza looked super good against Dan Hooker.
Yeah, he did. And I think he's going to look good in this one too. It's going to be a good fight.
Yeah. I mean, they're both out there to basically try to take each other out. and the thing is, on UFC Embedded, you can see that they're both cool with each other. They both have respect.
Oh,
so that's really good to see.
Yeah, I like to see that. I'm really tired of this. Oh, I hate you. I'm going to kill you. You're a piece of shit. All the trash talking. That it was good for a while. It made fights interesting, but it's better to see the sportsmanship now.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been the sportsmanship type. Never really liked the trash talking. I mean, if it works for that person, it works. But
I think everybody tried to copy Conor McGregor. He got famous from it, but the thing with him is Conor was actually delivering when he was delivering. I mean,
right? Yeah, I mean, at 145, he was basically a beast. He was almost unstoppable at 145. Then he had, one fight at 155, and he looked super good. He basically seemed a champ for real. So, I mean, he backed it up pretty much for the most part, besides, Khabib and Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
But besides that, all the
Yeah.
other fights, he delivered on what he was gonna say.
Yeah. But it's much better just to keep the sportsmanship in there, you know. I mean, there's always going to be people that hate each other, and you know, like I would keep the sports, but I hate this dude. I really want to fucking knock him out. So, I mean, when there's real dislike there, that's good. But when it's just for the fight, you don't like him just because you're going to fight him, that gets old quick.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's there for a reason. Everybody has a job. Their job is
you want to
fighting.
Fight, but
it just happens to be fighting.
But really, do you have to sell the fight now with ESPN? Because they're not making money on pay-per-view, so do you really have to sell the fight? Yep. Not really.
I mean, now it's becoming now it's becoming more mainstream. And for example, YouTube, I've been watching their YouTube UFC for a while, and now they're up at 7 million subscribers. They have reach, so they don't need to have this trash talk and all this unnecessary stuff. They have reach. People will watch. So
yeah, the only thing I think is, before we get to the main event, I just want to say that one thing that's bothering me about the UFC right now is the ESPN Plus and pay-per-view. So to watch a pay-per-view, you still got to pay the $70, but you have to have the ESPN. So now you got two bricks in front of you to watch a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like most of us that love the UFC and are going to watch all the fights regardless if it's a pay-per-view or not, it's okay. But most people that just want to watch the pay-per-views, now they're like, I have to get a subscription to this to pay to watch this fight? Screw that.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing that UFC is doing well, I think, in terms of reaching people without, I guess, giving too much leverage to the other networks, such as Fox or ESPN, is that they still have their UFC.TV, which you can buy the pay-per-view, and you get a 6-month membership.
Not in the United States. Not in the United States. You have to be overseas to get it. If you're in the United States, you can't get it through that.
Right. I mean, that's the other thing I was going to add is that people should get VPN anyways. And with that
We're not
VPN,
talking about that here. We're not talking about that here.
Right. But anyways, if you are located somewhere else, you can go with that option. And, we were both in Japan, and it was hard at times, but, we had access to the base, and sometimes the base put on fights. And now with the internet access, even if you're not on base, for example, in Japan, you can have access to UFC, which is good because reaching people across the world helps your brand. I mean, not everybody around the world's gonna have ESPN. Who knows about that? But in terms of just the U.S. crowd, it kind of sucks that you gotta get ESPN and pay-per-view and all that jazz just to watch the pay-per-view.
Yeah. And now that they got a Chinese champion, it's just even going to grow more.
Oh, right. And there's a bunch of Chinese people around the world.
Yeah, and they all make iPhones so they can watch it at work.
Well, it's banned, but they have some copies of iPhones. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should do it more like Bellator, where it's just all in one place. Since they're getting that money from ESPN, why not just put it all on ESPN Plus? And if you want to watch it, just watch it through there. That's what I think. I think it would go up a lot more if they did that too.
Yeah, I mean,
most people aren't going to pay $70 for a pay-per-view plus $5 for 1 month to watch the fight.
Right.
I think it's stupid. That's crazy. All right, enough ranting.
All right, it's still related to UFC, so it's not too much of a off topic. All right, so our main event, Dustin Poirier versus Khabib Nurmagomedov.
I know we're not going on the same one on this one. I know who you're going with. You go first.
All right. My take on this one is Khabib. And
I knew it.
I chose Khabib because Dustin Poirier does well against strikers. You know, even though he did well against KG, which is a wrestler, but he doesn't use wrestling. He did well against Eddie Alvarez, a wrestler, but doesn't use his wrestling. He did well against Max. He doesn't wrestle. And with Max,
True. I didn't
and with Max
that.
is actually
He didn't have the
145er.
power.
Yeah, and he was taking Dustin's shots. And if Max was more of a natural fighting weight, 155, I think he would have won. It's just he didn't have enough pop to take Dustin out. And there was a few instances where I thought Max was going to take Dustin out, you know, by TKO or whatever. And, you know, when he was basically at the cage and Max was going on a barrage, I was thinking, oh, man, this could be Max's fight, but it didn't happen. You know, Max just going up in weight in a weight class where he doesn't fight, even though he's heavier than 145. Pretty much everybody's heavier than their weight class. But he just didn't have enough pop at that division at the time to take Dustin out. So Dustin does well against people who strike, and Khabib doesn't really strike. He wrestles, so who knows? Who knows what really happened, but I chose Khabib.
Well,
So
I'm going to
Khabib
go
time.
opposite. I'm going opposite. I'm going with Dustin. All I got to say is Ally Quinta. That's all I got to say. Because Quinta looked like a number one against Khabib on that. Even though he lost, he looked like a number one contender fighting that fight. And I think Dustin Poirier has a lot more power. Conor, when he fought Connor's got that one punch, the what is it?
Yeah,
hook,
and
right?
that was at
Got that
145.
left
Which,
hook.
yeah, and at 145.
Right, and I don't think Conor was. He had a lot of other shit going on that he was doing. Where Dustin Poirier, he's from the dirty South. He's a tough dude. He's powerful. And the thing with him fighting Max is hard to hit no matter who you are. The way he moves, the way he does things, it's hard to time with anything.
Right.
And if you look at Ally Quinta when he fought Khabib, he was striking him. It was stunning Khabib where he couldn't really do anything else after that. And Dustin Poirier's got a lot more power. And he does good as an underdog. The only way I think Poirier wins is with a knockout. If it goes the distance, he'll probably lose. But, yeah, I'm going with Poirier. I think it's his.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad pick. You know, Dustin has, I would say, more of cumulative power.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Al has more of a one punch or two punch power, but you know, if you miss the first time, you use a lot of energy missing than hitting someone with mid power, and Dustin, he has power, 2-punch, 3-punch, 4-punch combination. So if he starts hitting those, yeah, it could be Dustin's night.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm picking him just because when Al Quinta fought him, everybody saw a little bit of holes from Khabib's game, and now they're saying it's because his dad wasn't in his corner and he listened to his dad. Mm-hmm. But once you start fighting, it's the mind that takes over. Even though your dad's there or whatever, it's what you trained, And I don't think he's ever fought anybody like Dustin. And I think Dustin, even if he fought Conor right now, I think he would knock Conor out.
Yeah. Yeah, could be. Who knows if Dustin loses, there could be a Dustin Poirier Conor rematch. That would be interesting. At least I would want to see.
I would rather. No, I don't want to see it. Conor needs to fight somebody else before he goes for that belt. I think it's El Kukui that needs to go next, no matter who wins.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much whoever wins. Tony's supposed to fight him.
Yeah.
It's if Khabib wins, man, it's going to be hard to try to watch the fifth attempt for that fight, Tony versus Khabib.
Well, I think if Khabib wins, then it's Tony versus Khabib, and I mean there ain't no other fight to make. Oh, did you hear the news today that came out
about?
Did you hear Colby Covington and Usman?
Oh, yeah, I was hearing that talk, but I wasn't sure if that was officially signed yet.
No, it's not. Now they're saying it's going to be fucking Masvidal.
Oh,
something happened between Masvidal's supposed to fight Usman supposedly.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, I saw a tweet from Masvidal saying Usman, hurry up and sign the contract, or somewhere along those lines. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess he's going for the belt instead of
I wonder what's going on. I wonder what's going on because last I heard is Colby already signed the contract and they're waiting on Usman to sign it. So I wonder what's going on there. That's the fight I really want to see. I really want to see that fight.
The Colby Usman?
Oh, yes. There's a lot of, I want to say, and the one in Australia, man, that's going to be good too. I can't wait for that one.
No. Yeah, that one's going to be big.
Look at us, we're jumping around.
Yep. Well, Khabib versus Dustin. So we finally got one matchup that we disagree on. So we will see.
I'm sure you say it's going to go the distance, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would say for the most part it'll go distance. I mean, chances are.
So if you had $1,000 on it right now, what would you pick?
Either distance or a finish?
Round and finish.
Oh. Ooh, I was going to say decision, but if it was a finish, it would...
No, I mean round and how it's going to end. Like how it's going to finish.
Oh.
So you're saying...
decision?
Decision. Fifth round decision?
Yeah.
I'm going to say fourth round knockout.
Ooh. Who knows?
Dustin Poirier ain't going to be able to submit him, so if I put my money on it, it's going to be a knockout.
Yeah. I mean, Khabib did submit Michael Johnson, but who knows? Yeah. I say, I mean, Dustin has better jiu-jitsu than
Isn't his
Michael
nickname
Johnson,
now
though.
Grandpa? Isn't his nickname now Grandpa?
I don't know.
If you go back and look, Khabib, I mean, even though he's undefeated, he hasn't really fought the way up like Poirier did. You know what I'm saying? He fought like here, there, and then he started winning. If he would have beat Tony, if Tim and Tony would have fought, maybe I would. I'm not saying nothing bad about Khabib because he is good. And in DC always said, hey, he's submitting fucking heavyweight, so I know he's good. But there's always that one guy out there. And 27-0, it's time to lose.
Yeah, it could happen. It could be now.
Mm-hmm.
It could be against Tony. Who knows?
Yeah, but that would be nice to see Tony and Khabib too for the 20th time. This time
right.
they get struck by lightning. Somebody will get struck by lightning this time.
Right. Who knows? All right. So that's our picks and predictions, and we will cap it off with that.
Go, Dustin.
I was going to say Khabib time or the Eagle, but I was gonna add one more thing before we go.
Okay.
On his Dustin's walkout on one of the fights, Dustin had DP on his shirt,
Mm-hmm.
diamond, and I was thinking,
yeah.
You know what? Diamond Dallas Page had the same thing, DP, and he was.
I thought that was DDP, Dustin Diamond Page, right?
Oh,
he was DDP, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Oh, Dallas. Dustin. It was Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah.
Yeah. DDP is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DP, Diamond.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Dallas.
That logo just reminded me.
But I mean, it's the same. It could be the same thing. Dustin Diamond Page, DDP.
Yeah. Who knows? Someone did.
But UFC's not as fake as WWE.
Yeah. Maybe the drama's fake, but the fights are real.
And when they did their weigh-ins, and how they do the face-off at the weigh-ins, it was pretty nice.
Yeah.
So they shook hands. Nobody talked shit, stuff like that.
Oh, the ceremonial ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch that one. I just watched the official weigh-in one.
No, that's why you would need to watch it and see what JoJo's hair.
Maybe that's why.
Yes, you need to see it. It's her hair in there. And she looks fucking yoked as fuck.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was going to say, because at the weigh-ins, they were kind of slim and trim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't see the...
They got, after they start getting hydrated and start eating again and start putting that weight on, she looked yoked as fuck.
Okay. Yeah, I need to watch that and see what's going on.
Oh, yeah, she looks good, too. Even with the big old sleeve on her arm.
Yeah, 2 sleeves.
Mm-hmm. And that little kid voice, hello, hey. I always laugh when I hear her voice.
Yeah. I mean, I think it makes her seem cute.
Makes her, yes, because she's this big UFC fighter, but she's talking like a little 12-year-old, like an innocent girl, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. What is it? 12 going on 30, something like that.
Right.
Yep. All right, so that's our MMA wrap-up predictions, and let us know what you guys think. You can leave a comment. I might read them.
I'll read them. If you don't read them, I'll read them.